when I was saying earlier about how men need struggle and happiness doesn't matter, I'd actually argue the contrary for women. I think that women who are not happy are not very feminine, and that they become masculinized and bitter. And I think it's important for a woman to live a happy reality. I think women should be happy. I think that their job inside of a relationship with a man quite often is to be a beacon of light and to be sunshine and to be a cheerleader. With me in my life, the only way a woman can truly support me is to be constantly positive. I'm fantastic at everything. I can't meet a woman who can do anything for my life besides when I come home pissed off, she's like, hey, yeah, a smile, you know, like, and being positive as a female is an extremely feminine quality.
So you don't want, sorry, Jennifer, you don't want females that like too much, like, would you say like you like a female that like challenges you mentally, or?
But they can't.
Yeah. But I mean like ask you questions or like.
No, I'd love to have a conversation with my partner about interesting things. I love to talk about things, sure. But my life is too complicated for me to come home to my woman and ask for help.
Of course, yeah.
My life is far too complicated and large. I can't come home to a woman I'm dating and saying, this man tried to kill me.
She'd go crazy.
What's she gonna do?
Yeah.
Go kill him? Yeah. What's she gonna do? She ain't gonna know what to do. Or I can't come home and talk about the things I talk about. They're like, what? What are you talking about? And then they're gonna
unmatched what?
Yeah, then they're gonna panic. Yeah, and then right, it's better if I come home and the man's tried to kill me and they say, what happened to you? And I say, I don't want to talk about it. And they're just like, oh, I'll take care of you. Do you want coffee? Do you want tea? So that's just better, right? So I think that a woman being positive and being happy is a very feminine quality, and I think that men like happy women, and I think women should try and live happy experiences and happy lives. And I'll never have conversations with my mother which will make her unhappy. Even if something bad was happening or I had trouble or I had problems, I would never sit to my mother and complain. I would want my mother to live as happy and stress-free as possible.
Peace of mind, yeah.
As opposed to my boys or my team, it's the opposite. I'd come and say, we're
yeah,
this is
get moving.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. So when we talk a lot about money, I want to ask you, how much is enough money? Like, because I know right now, you know, I don't know how much you're worth. I don't know if you feel that. Guess. $300 million.
Pretty close, yeah.
I read online it was 335.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah. Okay, but so how much do you think is enough? Are you aiming for $1 billion, or like, are you happy now? Are you?
I want 999 million.
After you get $1 billion, they get you. That's what
they're going to get me anyway. Before that, probably. I'm going to try my best to avoid that. But truthfully, after 50, no, not even 50. After $20 million, life is basically the same. If you don't want to buy a jet and you don't want to buy a yacht, you're never going to need more than $20 million, really, because there's nothing to buy.
And you can rent the yachts and the jets.
You can charter yachts, you can charter jets, which is probably smarter anyway. I had a jet, I owned one for a few months, and I sold it. And the reason I'll never buy a jet again,
they can track it.
All these on Twitter are tracking them. That's Top G's jet. I'm not having it tracked.
Bernard Arnault, the LVMH guy, he just sold it now.
Because I don't want everyone knowing where I am all the time. Yeah. So
Elon Musk, some kid on Twitter is tracking his jet.
I know. It's criminal.
Yeah.
So if you don't buy a yacht, which is very expensive, or buy a jet, you can buy a nice house in most places on the planet. You can buy 2 or 3 cars. You can buy some diamond watches. You can buy some nice clothes. And that's all there is to buy. What's actually kind of amazing to me is when I was poor, I thought if I got rich, I'd buy all this stuff. And now I'm rich and I can buy anything I want. And there's nothing to buy. There's nothing to buy. Clothes, I already have too many. My wardrobe's completely full head to toe. Don't wear most of them. Diamond watches, you get 10. How many do you really need? Cars, I have 28. I drive like 4 of them. Like, what's there to buy? Coffee, dinner.
Yeah, true.
There's nothing to buy. So the money is just about influence and power. That's all it's about. And now, because I'm a workaholic and because I refuse to be a lazy person and because I am addicted to my mission, I keep accidentally making millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I don't need it and I have nothing to do with it. But it's just, if I get a good opportunity, I'm going to take the money. And, the war room hits me up. Let's make 10 million here. It's like, okay, let's do it. But but there's nothing to buy. So I'd say once you're past 20, 25 million, that's as good as life can really get. You're flying private. You're staying in the best hotels. You're eating what you want. You drive the car you want. You wear the clothes you want. You have the watch you want. And that's it. There's not.
So why 999? Why we want 900?
That was kind of a joke about not wanting to be a billionaire, because I think once you get to billionaire status, you're going to have a degree of trouble. I don't know.
But for me, I want to be like that billionaire, because like it's just. So
I don't know. But if you're a billionaire, you need to be aligned to a government. You need to really choose a side.
Need to commit.
I feel like you need to belong to either the Western Hemisphere or the Eastern Hemisphere. You need a degree of governmental protection. You need to be politically aligned in some particular way. I think that once you get to billionaire, you're too powerful to just be a truly free agent, if that makes sense.
You have to
join a team. Whereas right now, I'm effectively a free agent. I can move back to America if I wanted to. I'm in the UAE. I could also, via my friends, move to Moscow if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I could choose any side if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I think if I had $1 billion, I would have already had to have chose a side long ago, if that makes sense. And that
Like all the big Russian billionaires right now, they're freezing their bank because they're all billionaires.
that's what I mean. So you need to have.
But have they frozen all your banks? Like, where's your money now?
Yeah, when Hustlers University, when the Matrix was attacked, I did have a bunch of bank accounts frozen. Yeah.
Huh?
I did have a bunch of bank accounts
frozen.
Yeah, not obviously I can't say on the podcast how my infrastructure works.
Okay.
But there were some accounts in my name which were frozen.
You lost a lot of money?
9, 10, something.
Nothing. One lunch.
Chump change. Chump change.
Yeah. Maybe, you know what I was thinking? Maybe Elon Musk will continue to buy Twitter, and then once he buys it because you like him, maybe he'll give you his.
Yeah, if I come back on
try to
Twitter,
get
if
you
I
on
come
back.
back on Twitter, that would be epic. That would be good.
Yeah. Elon, if you're listening to this.
Yeah. We'll see. God has a plan.
But why don't all the people who have been like censored or like removed, why don't they all join one platform? Because I feel like everyone's joining different platforms.
Like what
that when like Trump has his own thing,
Yeah.
you know, you're quite on Rumble, someone else is on another platform.
I get it.
If they all joined one, I feel like that would be really strong.
Well, I feel Rumble where I am now, which is rumble.com/Tate Speech. I think they're the only video alternative to YouTube. There's a lot of Twitter alternatives.
Yeah.
You have Getter, Truth Social, Parler. You have all these ones. But I think that for video, there's only Rumble.
Okay.
I'm now rumble.com/Tate Speech. I think that Rumble's going to go to the moon. I think they're going to take serious market share. It's certainly a stock to buy. It was $10 when I joined. I got up to $13, $14.
Wow.
The stock. It's tanked in the last 3 days because the Wall Street Journal has started printing loads of bullshit articles doing a Matrix attack.
Yeah.
This podcast might come out retrospectively, so it might be at a different time, but as it stands at the current time we're filming, so it's gone down to like $6 or $7, which is a fantastic buy because it's going to go up to $50. I think they're going to take massive market share from YouTube. Personally, because people are tired of the censorship and they're tired of the one version of events. They're tired of the single pole, the one polar world, and they want to see opposite points of view. And people are starting to understand that if they can control all the information and control the narratives, and they can control reality. That's why I call it the Matrix.
Yeah.
If all of the news you read is written by one person and they don't allow opposing viewpoints to exist, then they control and create a reality which is not real. And that's why I call it the Matrix. They sit there and they tell you this is true, this is true. Anyone who says it's not true is deleted. This is the only version of reality we're going to allow to exist, and they're purporting a false reality into our minds to control us. That's why it's called the Matrix.
And this is a bit random, but as we're wrapping up, would you grow out the hair?
People always, like, some of my biggest haters, it's kind of crazy. I get insults, right, from the people who dislike me.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, but you're bald. And I'm like, but genuinely imagine the intellect level of somebody sitting at home, right? They have no money, they have no connections, they're not successful, they're objectively unattractive, they're objectively unhealthy, and they're obese, and they're sitting there looking at a man who's the most Googled man on the planet, physically in shape, desired by all the females he could possibly ever want,
everything that matters.
Strong network, multi-millionaire, living a dream, and going,
he's bald.
but you're bald. Like, it's just, it's amazing to me. What's crazy is I'm not bald. I shave my head. I can grow my hair out like you if I wanted to.
Oh, okay.
I could grow my hair out, no problem. I shave my head.
Yeah,
I've told the story before on other podcasts of why I did that. But I just think it's truly amazing how stupid some people are. Like, truly how dumb you must be. And to watch all my content and say, he's teaching so many things. I can join Hustlers University or join the real world or join the war room and get close to this man, his organization, and I can have a fantastic life. And instead of doing that, you sit and think,
he's bald.
like, how dumb.
I felt bad for asking the
But
question.
how dumb are these people?
Yeah.
Like, and unfortunately, the law of averages ensures that half of people are even more stupid than average.
Yeah.
And that's just the way averages work. So there are some extremely stupid people out there, and they just are uninterested in even progressing their own lives. There are people out there who genuinely exist, and you could take their hand and hold their hand and try and walk them through life head to toe, and they'd still just find a reason to
Bring the horse to water, but
you can't make it drink. Some people just are born to lose. And no matter what you do, they're just born to lose. And those are the people who insult me. The people who insult me are completely and utterly born to lose.
But do you think that these people who are like less intelligent are like more happier? And I feel like intelligence sometimes and people have spoken about this who are like fast intelligent, where it's like the more intelligent you are, the sadder you will be and the worse your life will be.
Yeah, they say ignorance is bliss. I think it's two ways. I know what you're saying. Ignorant people can, to a degree, be happier in certain scenarios than others.
Good.
Yeah, because they don't understand what's really happening. Yeah. They don't understand about the battle of good and evil. They don't understand about the Matrix. They don't understand that they're a slave. Yeah. They don't understand it. And they're ignorant to how good their life could be. So they think their life is good. I understand all that. But that all changes when times get hard. Because those people are not happening to life. Life is happening to them. And they are subject to
circumstances.
Correct. That's going on. I'm not subject to circumstance. No matter what happens, I can change country. I can fight against the wind.
You are the circumstance.
I can disappear. I am the circumstance. Tate or